Welcome to the Sm4sh Scotland podcast presented by Phoenix Dawn. I'm here with Anda.
Hi.
Swaggins and Sean.
I thought we were supposed to introduce ourselves.
I don't introduce myself with hi.
Oh, okay. Continue, James.
Today we'll be talking about EVO, battles in Glasgow happening later, and we'll be talking about the Scotland PR and tournaments we've all been to recently. Yeah.
Right.
So first things first, EVO.
Alright, so we're starting with EVO, the big local Smash event, the biggest Smash event, and it's starting tonight with pools. Swaggins, who do you think is gonna get top 8 at EVO? Or who do you think top 3 will be even?
Top 3. I don't know about top 3, but one thing I will say is there's only 5 players who I think can win EVO, and that is basically the top 5 of the PGR. I think one of them is going to win, and like half of them are probably not even going to make top 8 just because of the floor. So it's going to be either Zero, MK Leo, DeBuzz, Ally, or Nairo. One of them is going to win EVO.
Okay, so because I've got the EVO seeding here, it's the top 5 is Zero, MK Leo, Nairo, DeBuzz, Ally in that order.
Yep.
Nairo's above the Buzz.
Yep, Nairo's 3rd seed.
And Larry's 5th, did you say?
Larry's 6th. Ally's 5th.
Ally, yeah, Ally.
Ally's 5th. Larry's 6th. Captain Zach 7th. Komakiri's 8th, and Mr. R and Abadango for 9th.
No fatality.
I think that Larry or Mr. R might actually have a shot at winning the whole thing.
What do you think Fatality's going to do? Let's talk about
the only thing Callum cares about in his life.
I'll ask you about Fatality, and I'll ask you about Como. Or MK Leo.
And Fatality's bracket actually looks kinda good. As far as I know, he has to play Kirihara and one of the top Bayonetta. Well, that's not good, but it's like Rosalina's like one of the okay top tier matchups for Falcon, and he's like got a really good record against Rosalina and Bayonetta, so I think that he has the potential to do well. Fatality's always a wild card, so it's basically just a matter of waiting and seeing what happens.
I think he's going to do. I think he's going to make top 16 for sure.
Like every single time I doubt Fatality, without question, he immediately just like blows me out of the war with like his performance.
I remember when you messaged me a while back, you was thinking about dropping Captain Falcon because you were saying you don't think he could do it. And that was like a day before Civil War. And he's just immediately proving you wrong.
Actually, the second time I actually was thinking about picking up someone else again, and then Momocon immediately happened, and I said, you know what, there's no point in dropping this character.
Fun fact about Civil War, Cloud, the last Cloud player was eliminated by Captain Falcon, and the last Pikachu player was eliminated by, I believe, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that was Master. Civil War
beat me at Civil War, and neither of us were there.
Civil War was like my favourite tournament of all time.
Oh. James, what do you think? Who's the best Peach player?
Samsora.
Well, how do you think he'll perform at EVO?
I think what's going to happen is he's going to beat everyone and then lose to 2 Randy Meta Knights and just cry.
Yeah.
Because that is what always... If you watch back on a lot of Samsora's brackets, he has to play against Meta Knight too many times.
He needs a secondary.
What's interesting to me is Samsora is like actively says, no, yeah, Peach Meta Knight is doable, like I just need to get better at the matchup.
He makes it look doable.
You go and watch it and it's like he's winning, he's doing everything right, and then Meta Knight just does the up air.
The set that made me drop Peach back before I picked Peach back up again, back when I picked up Diddy, the set that made me do that was Abadango versus Samsora, where Samsora is destroying him in the neutral like every time, and just he dies twice at 20% because dash attack up air B. And it was just toxic to watch. It's the first result if anybody Googles Abadango versus Samsora. It is horrible to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think about the Clouds at EVO? How do you think MK Leo Como's going to perform Xlow?
I think I don't know if Como will get top 8 because he's I feel like he's fallen off slightly.
I think he has a bit as well.
I feel like he's fallen off slightly recently. MK Leo, however, is MK Leo and probably going to get top 3 in my opinion.
Como seeded exactly 8th, but that's also above Mr. R. And so I don't know if I had to predict someone to do well.
I think Mr. R is going to place higher.
Fatality might outplace him as well.
Yeah.
Fatality might outplace anyone, then he just might do
faith in him.
I think that the best of 3 format for EVO really benefits like low tier and mid tier characters. I think that like with less time to adapt, there's definitely a lot of potential for like Palutina's, Charizards, Shulks, like characters like that to just like surprise people and come out of nowhere and win.
Something I was talking to Yi the other day actually, and he made a good point about best of 3 format being amazing for Ryu players. Especially like Locus, because his fantasy team consists of all the good Ryus. Because if you think Ryu's, exactly one of them.
The best one.
But I think Locus is a dark horse for this tournament because Ryu's just so good in best of 3 formats. Oh my god. Ryu's so good in best of 3 formats because he can just kill you so early. He's so crippling in this
He
context.
can really just like not give you a chance to do anything really. He can kind of
Best
just
of
take that away
three,
from you.
like anyone with a big smash factor, you know.
Who do you think someone that's overhyped for this tournament? Who do you think is going to do worse than you predicted? Ander?
I'm thinking Como.
Yeah, I'm with Ander on that. Como.
I'm cheating and looking.
I mean, I hope he does win. I hope he does
Same.
well.
I love Como, but I'm just.
I was watching Void at what was that tournament? It was just Arms Saga, and Void was playing super well. I think he got 4th, but I was really impressed with just the way he was playing. So I think if he keeps that up, I think Void's going to do super well.
I think Captain Zack might not do as well this time as well.
You think? How come?
Just a couple placements recently.
He's gone down a bit.
I think people were figuring out Bayonetta a bit. Like we were discussing this earlier. It's a little off topic from EVO, but I think Bayonetta is maybe not the best character, and I think Xlow and Swaggins share this opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still
yeah.
think Bayonetta's the best character, but
I think she's amazing, but we're of the opinion maybe people just are learning a bit more about patience and SDI and how you can punish her landings with lag, and if she goes to the ledge, then you can. There's a really good fatality video on it for anyone that's not seen it. Also some cool mindset stuff. Maybe Bayonetta's dropping down a bit, so I'm predicting maybe Captain Zack or one of the Bayonetta players will do a bit worse than expected if they.
yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that people are adapting to Bayonetta quite hard. Although, like, Salem's always gone on about how Bayonetta is broken with all this like tech hitting
Salem
away.
plays it
So
a special way though.
yeah, no, Salem's style is like very
He
unique.
plays like in Fatality's video at the end. He talks about there's the kind of Bayonetta we need to watch out for still, in his opinion, is the one that runs away, camps you with billet arts, like all circle camps you. He
I think
says,
there's a player called Child who does that quite a lot from Florida. So,
Yeah.
Salem
Yeah.
does that quite a lot.
Yeah, and Salem, as you're saying.
One of the player I want to take note of, another player with smash factor that's Evo, is Sue, the Japanese Lucario.
Mhm.
I could see him doing quite well off of, again, the smash 4 factor of it's a best of 3 format, 2 stocks. He could just get some lucky.
Yeah, I
What do you
believe
think?
he got 7th at Arms Saga, or very thereabouts, and he was switching between Lucario and Ryu quite a lot. So that goes back to your point earlier about how Ryu is so strong in best of 3.
That's I didn't see. You say you got top 8 at Arms Saga. That's actually.
I'm more than saying.
The only thing, I'll believe that. The only thing I've really
Yeah.
seen from him is after Frostbite. That was his big breakout tournament. So
Mhm.
I'd like to see him do well at this Evo.
Well, I mean, Arms Saga was a pretty good showing for him. He got beat by Void though, which is kind of. I mean, it's not strange because Sheik's really good, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like of all the characters, you kind of think of like Ryu and Lucario as the not Sheik counters, but the Sheik like checks almost like.
Yeah.
I think like the best of 3 format for Lucario is like it's so double edged it's almost negligible because like just as he can like back you at 14 kill you, he can lose one of his stocks early, and I was saying before I don't rate Lucario that high. I think he's got a horrendous matchup against Donkey Kong, a really bad one. I think his matchup against Cloud is pretty bad. I think his matchup top tiers in general aren't that great. He's got some good matchups with some of the really imposing top tiers like Sheik and Diddy Kong, which is like interesting, but I just think Lucario's got enough like actually notably bad matchups to not be that viable as a solo main. But I guess he has Ryu for those characters, and Ryu actually kind of eats Donkey Kong surprisingly. Because go on.
Well, Ethan says that Lucario beats Rosalina as well. Slump thinks that Lucario was like a good answer to Rosa. And the other thing I was going to... I don't know, I've got no idea how the matchup's supposed to
I
work.
guess he knows better than we do.
The other thing I was going to say was, if you ever... Like, all the sets I've watched where Sue plays Lucario, the games he loses his stock super early, like a spike, or like... It's almost like Lucario's getting like karma. Like
But it's almost like Smash Factor's even worse for Lucario than at that point. Because if something happens to him, like an early death, a spike, a Shroyu, a ding dong, that's so hard for him to win.
I think part of the reason Sue is the best Lucario is because not because he's like better at like killing, it's because he's better at surviving. He's so good at playing defensively at high percent. I think that's the thing that separates him.
Right.
So I think we should move over to Big. Cool. So now we're talking about the biggest
battles in
Glasgow. From talking about the biggest Smash tournament to the biggest Smash tournament in Scotland.
There was no Smash tournament bigger than Big. Even EVO is not as big as Big.
That is very true.
Larger.
It's in the name.
So what do you guys think about Big? Who's coming from our region again?
Moke and Stranger.
Stranger, I say. So what are your guys' predictions for this bracket? Anda?
So Jakobin will be attending it, right?
He said.
This will be the first time we've seen him play in Scotland since height spotting, where he got beaten by Scarfelt, but he still was the best performing Scottish player, remember? Mm-hmm. So Jack, pretty much again proving it down in England, he's generally the best Scottish player. However, I think in the head-to-head we can go either way. I think I could win Big. I want to. I think Jack's more likely to win big. I think Moke's really, really good. I think Stranger's really good. I don't think it's likely he'll win, but he can do it.
I think that Stranger's likely to upset in pools going anything, or like to cause some upsets early on. But I don't think people are ready. People aren't really ready. Like Stranger is really, really good, and he's improving quickly. So people.
I think DG is going to show off a lot. I think a lot of people don't realise how good DG is.
Yeah, DG's been.
He's so good.
I would love the story for DG to get his first big Battlefield win to be at big would be so nice.
Because then we can say, well, it wasn't a Battlefield.
It was. He'd still not let him get away with that.
Actually,
I love DG, so I would like to see him do really well at that. To be honest,
DG is so great. He's good at analysing games. He's so good for the community. And I've won 4 or 5 Battlefields total now, and even then, I would never be more comfortable saying I was better with DG. In our last 9 sets, we're 5 and 4 in my favour. So
he's so much fun to watch as well.
so good.
He's really entertaining.
So I want DG to come to more stuff. I was talking to him before when I had him to the travelling group chat. I want him to go to more things. I want more people to know how good DG is. And the other big Scottish player we need to talk about is Ost. And this is a personal note for me because there's not been a lot of tournaments here since Albion. Ost performed really well, and I think a lot of how the new PR is going to be swayed will be based on big Battlefield results, and I really need to beat you, Ost. But yeah, Ost is amazing.
I think that for the players we've been talking about, the brackets are going to have a huge impact, particularly for Ost and for DG. I think either of them could run into Ethan, and I think Ethan is going to have a pretty solid time against both those players. Just partly because character matchup, and partly because Ethan's just shown that. I don't know what his record is like with Ost. Particularly DG has a pretty big problem with, and I think DG is going to play Cloud into Ethan. I actually think he finds it that bad. He says he's told me he's going to play Sheik, but I think the Cloud's coming in. Okay. Especially maybe if he loses game 1, but I think he's going to have that Cloud ready for that.
Okay.
What do you think, Xlow, about?
That's a good point.
Who's your predictions for big?
My predictions for big are probably roughly along the same lines as Anders. I think Jack's probably going to do really well. I could see you doing really well as well.
The word you're looking for is winning.
It might be.
I'm also looking for that word.
Looking very hard, trying to find it.
But no, so all the main notable Scottish players I think are going to do quite well. And from what I've heard about Moke as well, I think you do quite well.
I want to see Moke play against so many people in Scotland. I want to see how Ethan matches up against Moke. I want to see DG versus Moke really bad.
I think that Moke would lose to DG and Ethan.
I think DG would beat Moke. I'm strangely confident in that. I'm not sure. I think Ethan might be. I could go either way. Obviously any of them could go either way.
Yeah, no, there's nothing certain, obviously.
What about someone we've not mentioned yet? Pidgey. What do we all think about Pidgey performing at?
I think it's all about his mentality.
Yeah. I do know he's been working on his mentality recently. Yeah. We joke about me talking about the inner game of tennis a lot, but I know he's been binging that book and he's putting a lot of effort into improving it.
He's also
he picked up Marth.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was fairly sure it's public knowledge.
Yeah, no, I was playing his Marth the last Giant Attack I went to, and it was really solid.
I believe he played Monday Meltdown.
He plays Marth like Yoshi with a sword. He does the same things, but he has a sword now, and it's
well, it was working. It was working. He was doing all the right things.
He does all the stuff with Neutral B. He does with Yoshi. He does it with Marth, the exact same. All the wave bounce Neutral B stuff, and then he does the foxtrotting back and forward with his really good bait.
He's got really good movement.
Yeah, and everything seems to translate super well to Marth. So I think it's a great pickup.
I feel like Brian is actually a bit of a dark horse at this tournament. Of just he might be able to do really well, and he might just absolutely throw it, depending on how
Brian every tournament.
Yeah, he's so inconsistent. It's his big problem right now.
I think he's kind of dropped on the PR and stuff. And he's dropped a bit in results because he used to be obviously super dominant apart from Jack in Scotland, but I don't think he's gotten any worse. I think people have just gotten better. I think he's still a super strong player that you can't sleep on.
Absolutely.
Speaking
of dark horses, who do you guys think is a dark horse? Not necessarily to win the tournament, to make an upset show, to do quite well.
Stranger is my number one. I think if upsets happen, Stranger.
I've heard Papa B might be going. If he is, I absolutely think him. I think Papa B is the hidden boss of Scotland, including Kyle's friend.
Including
Ian Lonsdale.
Ian Lonsdale's amazing. I think Papa B is better.
Papa B well, if he tried, he could get top 8, but he'd probably play. It depends who he has to play because he tilts super easily. So if he has to play against Deku's Lucas or like.
Yeah, no, I was talking to James about this earlier about how bad Pikachu Lucas is.
Yes.
Because James said to me, wouldn't you rather play Pikachu than Cloud into Lucas? And I was like, that was the most wrong thing I've ever heard of.
Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't quite well versed in Lucas Pikachu.
No, it's Cloud Lucas as well. So, villainously good.
So, Xlow, what do you think about Deku's potential for big? Because he's like, we've kind of worked our way down the PR.
Yeah.
I think we've not talked about Deku yet. So. Deku, what do you think, Xlow?
I'm not entirely sure about Deku. I think he has the potential to do really well.
He does speak pretty
But-
good Japanese.
Yeah.
Near fluent at this point.
We're just bullying Deku on the podcast now.
No, Deku. So Lucas matchup experience is a thing. I guess the only out-region people going are Moke and Stranger.
We won't beat Deku last time.
Yeah, that is true, but that's it. But yeah, how do you think he's going to place roughly? If you had to give it a rough number, like a 15 to 10 kind of thing.
I don't know. I could definitely see him in top 8, easily. I think.
Deku's super good.
Other than that, I'm not sure where he's going to place in top 8. I don't really have a good idea of where I think he might be, but I do think he's going to make top 8.
The thing about Deku is like he kind of acts like he's not really. He doesn't try or like he doesn't come out and say like, oh, I don't try in this game, but like he kind of acts nonchalantly.
Yes, he does.
He does. But he also like I don't know, like I've seen him like messaging the chat saying like, are the Rebirth VODs up yet? And like, oh, I was watching Mekos the other day, so he's still like in that mindset of like
can't
trying.
Say that on the commentary. He wants to be cool. He doesn't want people to know he tries.
Yeah, I'm calling him out.
He speaks Japanese.
We love you, Deku. I swear.
I think all I'm trying to say is I think Deku cares more about the game than he gives than the impression he gives off. Because when he lost to me as well, he seemed kind of like a bit annoyed about it, and I was like, he was like asking about Captain Falcon and stuff, and I was like, I think he actually like wants to learn this matchup.
Improving towards the game, which is good. Because I think if Deku really does give it his all, he is super solid.
He's like the only. I don't know. He's a lot like me in that like he is kind of inconsistent times, but is like capable of beating players above him like randomly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's taking sets off of DG, off of Kid Slump, off of Slump.
Kid Slump.
Kid Slump.
Kid Ethan. What do you guys think, Xlow? How do you think he's gonna?
What's your mindset going into this, Xlow? What's your mindset?
My mindset is I am doing other things, and I don't think I'm fully focused on the tournament as much as I'd want to be. But I'm still gonna. I feel like I've been improving, not extremely quickly, but I think I am improving slightly, and hopefully I do pretty decently.
Tournaments like this are where the big improvements come, so give it your
big improvements.
The biggest
Battles in Glasgow improvements.
Pilot, what about you for Big Battlefield? Because you've been saying you've been leaning a bit more towards the Smash 4 kind of interest.
I've been putting a lot of effort into Smash 4 and not been doing as well as I would hope to be in practice and stuff.
Well, you've said to me specifically that improvement comes in waves.
Yeah.
So I guess you have
I'm just hoping the wave hits right before big. Right
the
before.
surfer is on the way.
I've been going back to full-time Peach, and I've been really enjoying it now that I've just got rid of that horrible monkey. He's horrible.
It's horrid.
He's horrid. And I've been going back to full-time Peach and really trying to explore her neutral game a lot more than I did back when I used to play her. So I already feel like I'm better than I was.
Yeah.
But it's like, it feels rough knowing I could at any time switch back to Diddy and do better. But I'm refusing to let that push me.
I actually have a similar mindset with Donkey Kong. I think to myself, I could just go DK and like this would be so much easier.
Yeah. You would never lose.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Like, but that's like taking the easy route. Like,
it's just too easy to beat Anda.
I know. Anyone out there, just pick up Donkey Kong. Anyone can do it.
You can beat yourself with Donkey Kong.
I do it to Xlow. Xlow freaking cosplays me in this. I pick up the monkey and I just become Swaggins.
We're not talking about Donkey Kong.
we can just start a different podcast. Swaggins and the DK crew. Just keep it going. Yeah. I want to talk about a little bit briefly about Edinburgh. Because just as a whole region going into this, because I really want to see how they do, because they lost Capital Smash recently, but Chickenpox has been hosting. Shout outs to Chickenpox, by the way. Seriously,
they're doing it today. Actually,
yeah.
Right now.
This won't be airing today. This probably will be airing tomorrow. But
when we recorded this,
we recorded this on Friday for those. But
magic is ruined.
But yeah, no. Chickenpox has been hosting these training sessions in Edinburgh, and it's been fantastic from what I've heard.
I'm going to try and get Tuesday off work next week and head over through. Like I'll be driving through.
I'm tempted just because I would like to.
Wait, is Capital Smash on next week?
No, but it's the Chickenpox Smash Fests. I was going to go through for one because
Does Ost go?
Yes, sometimes.
The Post's there.
Yeah. I mean, if Ost or DG are there, then it'd be worthwhile for me. And I want to show Chickenpox my bayonet.
Just bayonet did him.
Yeah, I want to show him how good my bayonet is.
Oh man, I need to show off my Lucario then.
Right. Moving on to the next subject is talking about Albion. So this will be the first time we're doing big public talking. Albion was about a couple of weeks ago now.
Yep.
Me, Ander, and Callum went along with Hattie.
Callum was absolutely not there.
Oh wait, no, of course she wasn't there. Oh God, I'm having
spirit.
Yeah, no, that was. I was just so used. I was so used to just seeing your name. I was like, oh yeah, Callum was there. No,
it was 3 different people at once.
He was, and you just did so bad. You did so bad.
Sorry.
Shout outs to the flow. So it was the good players that went from Scotland was Ander, Oast, and Jack. Everyone else tried in pools.
I think there are other good players there like Pidgey, Hattie, and Pilot.
I'd like to talk about who those 3 players lost to in Pro Bracket because I haven't actually heard. I know Jack lost to Ryu in pools.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got my own personal story, so I'll go last.
Okay, so first of all, what was Jack's run?
So remember the player that I lost to in Losers?
The Sheik player, right?
The secondary Sheik, their primary was 06 Samus.
Uh-huh.
They were the one that put Jack into Losers, I believe.
Okay. Wait, didn't you beat that guy? No,
I did game. That's from my story.
We'll get to that story.
So you don't remember his tag?
I can't remember his tag.
I should.
I know Jack beat Wills. That was really nice.
Who did Wills play, Cloud?
I remember at the time, here's my funny story, because I see everyone surrounding Jack and just screaming about Wills, because at the time I was having a money match with Okami, the melee Pikachu player in Smash 4. And we just sat in the little corner. He came up to me. He's a melee player. He's like, "Yo, I want a money match." I'm like, "I lost to you in pools, dude. I don't know what." He's like, "Nah, it's Smash 4." I'm like, "Yeah, I can do this." So you got me. We sit down. He just locks in Meta Knight. And I'm like, "Oh, it's chasing me."
James, do you want to pull up the bracket for Albion? Tag?
Sure. Yeah, I'll absolutely do that.
Is the laptop locked?
No, the laptop's. We're recording.
While he does that, do you want to talk briefly about how the event was in general?
You give your story.
Oh yeah, the event in general. Okay. Now, GP actually posted a really big tweet longer about this, and how the event, like, generally the reception of it was fantastic, and people were calling it, and I also think it's the best European event I've ever been to.
You've been to Beast as well. So.
I have been to Beast, yeah. There were actually a couple flubs in how it was run that he did draw attention to himself. There were a couple moments, like someone showed up late, for example, so got DQ'd from a bunch of games, but GP told him he could play the rest of his games anyway, even though he wouldn't be able to make it out of pills. Then the guy, that's fine. Yeah. Then the guy came up and said, because the pool finished early, can I play the rest of my games anyway? And GP told him he could. And then there was a bunch of fuss about people that would didn't want to play against him because they'd already been told they won because he didn't show up on time. And then
I guess people didn't understand that he wasn't making it through regardless because he was late.
No, the guy wanted to play those sets against him and have them count, and GP told him that he could, and it caused a bunch of fuss.
That's.
Because then the guy's friends, the guy that came in late, his friends were trying to bully the people into letting him play against it. It was really awkward. Okay. There was that, and there was just a couple of things with the Ganondorf player at Dom, for example. He was told he made it out of pills. He went out to dinner to celebrate. Without being told, he gets back and then he's told that he didn't, and that was awful.
He came all the way from Israel as well.
I don't want to. I don't want to talk about the flubs or anything because the event was amazing. Oh my god, all the staff were super friendly, worked really hard, and I thought it was running loads of friendly setups everywhere. Everyone was so nice. It was just a really good event. I still think the best one I've ever been to.
Right, so the people Scotland lost to, Oast lost to Fire X07 in winners, and TCL Purple H in losers.
Oh, Purple H.
Purple H, best clown in Europe.
Yeah,
apparently, yes.
For Jack lost to Zyklone, which is also the player that beat you, and Ramses, but he also lost to Ours Uzbek in pools.
Yeah. I watched that set, I remember that.
And Andrew lost very explicitly to. So I'll go back because it's on a separate page. You also lost to Zyklone. In pools, you lost to Woosie, and in Pro Bracket, you lost to Longo.
Longo. Best Rob in Europe. I'll talk. Okay, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Woosie, right? We went game 3, super close. I took the first stock in every single game, but oh my god. You know how Esam made a video? You betrayed me, by the way, Esam. I thought we had something. He made a video about how you can power shield Cloud's up B if he comes from above and punch it with jab. And everyone looked at that video and they went, okay, you can also do 17 Thunders. It's not practical. It's too hard. And then this Fox player called Woosie, who ended up getting top 8, power shielded my recovery from above, jabbed me, true comboed it into fair into footstool, and killed me. And it was the coolest thing ever. Oh my god. But yeah, I got out of pills because it's fine.
So what about your sets with Zyklone and Longo?
The Rob.
Yeah, the Rob.
Just
How did they
check
go?
his name again, sorry? Just to make sure we get it right.
Yeah, we don't want to get this wrong here. It's LONG0UW. So Longo
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I realised from Albion was I have a lot of mental issues going on. I'm trying to fix them, but I've become the Ocean Man. Anyway. I'm literally, from now on, you're going to see me doing it big if you're listening to this and going to that. I'm going to have big old headphones on. I'm borrowing from James. I'm listening to ocean sound effects. So what I need to do right now.
Ocean Man!
But yeah, in my set against the Rob player, Longo, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. Game 1, we're sort of doing our thing, we're going back and forth, I'm winning pretty solidly. I just unleash the limit cross slash in the wrong direction, he grabs me, down throws me, beat boots me, kills me. And I'm like that was bad. That was bad. I even say to James at the time, I've lost the inner game now.
Yeah, you actually turned around and said it to me, and I knew you had lost because you told me you lost after game 1.
So game 2, I'm doing my Cloud stuff again as best I can. I have this moment, I've got limit. His last stock, I've read that he's going to drift past me again, he's landing in front of me, he doesn't have enough time to put out a nair or anything. I can literally just limit cross slash him and end the game. But because of like what happened in the first game, I go, no, I can't do this, I'll lose if I do. I don't pull the trigger, he lands and then he kills me. So that was unfortunate.
So it was doable if you...
It was more than doable, I had it, Swaggins! But no, he beat me fair and square, he outplayed me. And this is like why I definitely think Jack is better than me, and I think Ghost might be as well. Is because I think in the head-to-head against those players, I can beat them both. I don't know how consistently, I've not played against them enough, I guess. But when it comes to all these other factors, like mentality, like handling pressure, that sort of stuff, they're better, and that is stuff that matters in Smash 4, especially out of region.
It's almost as if I've been saying this for a while.
That's why
I don't know if I've been pushing this for about a year now.
So what are you doing to work on your mentality?
So I've been trying to have these more like serious friendlies with James, and I also did them a bit with Xlow and tiny bit with you, but at that point it wasn't really serious again.
I was having too much fun for it to be serious.
Where, I don't know, I'm just trying to not really focus too much on winning or losing and just trying to play the best of my character that I can.
Yeah, I think that's, for me, that's the number one thing I tell people when it comes to mentality is like, don't think about winning or losing. Like, don't think about, you just think about playing rather than winning or losing. Like, those things don't matter. Just focus on your play.
I remember there's only 2 times ever I felt like I was truly super focused in the game, right? One was literally yesterday playing with James, and that's why I decided to try and make it into a thing I can do. The only other time was my second ever Battlefield win, the one where I beat DG in the reset, because it was I was 2 games down against him. I was going to swap to Pikachu, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to stick it through with Cloud. I didn't resign myself to losing, but I just thought I'm just going to play the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
I win that game, I win the next game, it goes to game 5, and then the thought of winning comes back into my head, and I lose that.
Right.
But then I just think, okay, I get this now, I'm just going to play that way I was playing the whole way and just do my thing. And I ended up winning that tournament. It was the best I've ever played in Smash. Yes. And when are you going to upload the VODs? It was like 6 months! 7 months! It was so long ago! Anyway.
And what about Zyklone? Do you have anything to say about that set?
Zyklone was another kind of mentality deal. He played, he was chic, it was very deej. I won game 1.
Such deej.
Matty comes over, he's like, yes, you got this. And I'm like, do I do, don't worry, I lose game 2.
Damn it, Matthew.
No, it's not his fault. And he did actually message me beforehand asking if I wanted him to spectate me when I was playing. Because I told him before it kind of makes me come out a bit more.
Yeah, I think I think he said to me that there was one set where like you
Yes.
told him, "Can you not watch this
Yeah.
set?" And then you lost like
I
after he went away and
just lost
stopped
anyway.
watching.
But blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yeah, game 3, we're both at like 140, 150, and I could have. I have. This is Sheik versus Cloud. I have the advantage in this situation, right? So I could up throw him soon. I could charge limit, so I could do limit stuff. But I get this vision, right? I had a vision. I pictured me running at him, and I pictured dash attacking. I pictured him not shielding it, and how good it would feel. So I just thought, okay, I want that feeling. I dash attack him. He shields it. He's like, okay, well, thank you. And then he wins. So, I don't know. I just need to get some mentality stuff figured out. Like, under those pressure situations, I just... No. Oh my god, the event was so good. Ost is amazing. I need to ask him how to do that PCA, like, Psy-Magnet thing to grab the ledge. It's really cool. Jack performed so well, and he almost didn't make out of pills. Like, there was another misunderstanding, like the one with Adam, with Jack, where Jack...
I thought literally was between
It was,
Adam
you
and
know,
Jack.
it was
God,
Jack
it
got
was
out
the
of
same
was
pool.
Adam.
Jack got out of the pool and Adam
Yeah.
didn't.
Jack didn't think... There was a second one of the same thing happened, by the way, with low tier Brad and Jay Miller.
So
Oh,
did anyone watch like Ost or Jakobin's losing sets in pros?
I watched. Oh no, I watched the set that he won against the Sonic player. I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called, but this was really fun to watch.
Kelly good?
It might have been, and this Sonic was amazing, right? So me and a bunch of people ended up crowding around this one setup, and the set was so good because the Sonic opens game 1 by 0 to deathing Jack.
This is...
And
yes,
then
Peligot.
And he 0 to death Jack for the first stock, and the second stock he gets like 100% lead. And Jack brings it back to last hit in the most amazing play I've seen from him in a while, but just loses. And game 2 and 3, he obviously figured something out. Because game 2 and 3 was the best I have ever seen Jack play, bar none. He did not let that Sonic have fun playing Smash Brothers. He was
You
just...
can do that to Sonic.
He was, like, honestly, it felt like... It was so amazing watching Jack make these adaptations, because Jack's not known as a player that makes these adaptations and stuff.
Adaptations.
So I was watching it, and he just blew me away how well he was playing at that event, and it was such an interesting set to watch.
I've seen Jack do that kind of thing before. I remember ages ago, Ethan beat him in a set. I think it was like at Battlefield in Grand Finals and reset the bracket, and then Jack just immediately came back and 3-0'd him. And I remember that set was like super like seesaw, like went from one way to the other. So I think adaptation is definitely something that Jack's capable of.
Do you want to know about Jack's other losing set? Because this one is really something.
Wait, he didn't lose to Peligod?
No, he beat Peligod.
this
He made it was amazing. It was a really good game. I couldn't
just
watch.
curious about how the sets was.
I couldn't watch the games at the time where he lost.
Do we know what players?
So the one that beat me was one that put him into losers, playing 0-6 Samus, I believe.
Oh, so he played 0-6?
Yeah, he played 0-6. He had a secondary Sheik for Cloud. Hey! That felt great, by the way. In losers, oh my god! Jack is up 2-1 when I come over to it against this Corrin player.
Okay.
And the game I'm watching, game 4, Jack, he's behind and he starts playing so well, out of his mind. And then he gets this like pivot. It's going to be a pivot forward smash that would win the game. He gets pivot F tilt. It doesn't do it. Corrin comes back and kills him. It goes to game 5. Jack instantly gets killed. Like in game 5, it's so sick. The Corrin makes this like crazy combo onto the Smashville platform, charges a forward smash and like Tipper forward smashes him and kills him. But game 5 wasn't close. Game 4 Jack had and he misinputted.
Okay.
Oh Jack, why are you so good and so awful?
I've never seen Jack misinput pivot F smash. I think he seems super consistent.
He
with it
is,
normally.
but it was such a tense situation.
I actually was gonna message him or ask him when I saw him like what input he actually does for it, because I've been trying AB smash to get more consistent pivot F smashes. Because like I don't know, sometimes smashing the stick feels a bit like, unless I really like do it, it can sometimes get F tilts. So I was actually gonna ask him about how he gets them so consistently.
Right.
So a couple more things on Albion before we move on. First of all, the crew battle.
I was going to avoid the subject.
No,
I had to be honest.
talk about it.
If you want.
Swaggins would like to formally apologise. His performance was horrendous. I mean, I got bodied by Moke in that friend.
I tried DDD, didn't work. Tried Nest. I even brought in a Donkey Kong, and you all saw that.
Oh yeah. Scotland didn't do so good. The flow was amazing. He is so good. Anyway, that's all I want to say.
That's the most retweets I've seen in any Scottish tweet. Is just Schultz who would win an entire country or a ginger with a pool noodle. I checked it again today. It got like 100 retweets, like 300 likes. It was ridiculous.
Last thing about Albion I want to mention before we move on is doubles. First of all, shout outs to my boy Scarfelt. We did super well. We got top 8. That is so good. Maggie and Red Slasher didn't get top 8, and they're better than us. I'm sorry. I mean, like, as a unit, no. And, like, you're better than me.
Let's not get into semantics.
Well, I mean, I might have outplaced him, but, like, let's not mention there. No, Scarfelt was amazing in doubles. He was so good at catching people with up smash whenever they were trying to hit me. It was super fun. Great job getting top 8. Also, shout out to Maggie getting top, 3, because I told everyone. I said he would place the best in the UK. What did he do? He 3-0'd Ixis, is what he did. He beat S1! What are you doing? He didn't lose a single game until top 8! Anyway, that's kind of everything from Albion I want to talk about.
I think, you've got anything else, Sean?
Not really.
Well, Sean's talked enough.
Bullying.
It's not even.
I think.
Did you watch it at all, like Albion?
No, I never got the chance to.
Alright, unfortunate.
I don't really have a lot of input.
I think that's going to be everything for the podcast today.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any final things?
Oh, I want to hear a little bit about Smash Dash from Swaggins.
Okay, I guess I'll just go over it in general. Me and Kyle, aka Young Muri, drove down 4 hours to Manchester. Drive actually wasn't that bad, to be fair. Except for Kyle's music.
Can you tell this story to the podcast, please?
Basically, like, I brought a CD along, but I forgot the CD. And Kyle was like, don't worry, I've got a Bluetooth speaker. So he put his music on, and it was gangster rap, like Ice Cube and MWA and all that kind of stuff. And after like 20 minutes, I turned to him and I said, Kyle, I'm not listening to gangster rap for 4 hours. Can we get something a bit more?
Poor guy.
I just imagine him sulking for the rest of the trip.
No, I wasn't. Understand. It was fair enough. I let him play his music, and he was talking to me about the history of rap and all. I can't even remember what he told me.
Kyle and the history of rap. I'd watch that.
A group of black guys made some music that people liked, and then they all fell out, and then something happened, and that was a golden era of rap. That's what I got out of it.
History of rap.
Solid being history.
But yeah, anyway, that was completely irrelevant to Smash Dash. Yeah, Smash Dash was really, really well run. Shout outs to, I believe the organisers were like SBF and Moke definitely organised. I think some other people like Charnock and maybe Magic helped out. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I think it's kind of like SBF's the main guy kind of running it, and they all did a fantastic job of running the event. It ran super smoothly. They were super strict with friendlies and pro controllers, which I liked personally. Like they said, they'd had problems in the past with people playing friendlies and wireless controllers, so this time they just said if your wireless controller interrupts, you're banned to a shootout.
Yeah.
DQ'd, which I agree with personally.
Yeah.
But
scary.
The fact that pro controllers you can just use a wire to plug into the Wii U.
Yeah.
You do not need to be wireless. There's no reason for a pro controller to have a battery pack.
And then I carried Kyle in doubles all the way to second place with Ganondorf. We played Ganondorf Villager, and we had like incredible synergy randomly for no reason. We had more synergy than we deserved, or like we'd not been practicing. We played this team of 2 players who apparently have been practicing for ages, and they were like, oh man, do you practice together? What, 'cause you had great synergy? I'm like, nope. First time we've played and played together in months. We all got double eliminated by Magi and Frog, but we did beat Stranger and Moke's team together, which is crazy because like combined, me and Kyle are not as good as Moke and Stranger, but I don't know what happened. Like
Doubles wizardry.
I say I carried Kyle, but Kyle actually played the best I've ever seen him play in doubles at that tournament.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I want to give a shout outs to Kyle actually. I think he's been improving like crazy recently.
Giles, yeah.
He's not been practicing recently.
Never mind.
I've told him off. Told him off for it. He's good. Like
he's been a bit worried recently. I've talked to him. He's like, why am I bad? Why am I not improving? Like he's kind of the same mentality that's been happening to James. He's like not had it. No, I'm saying like you've not had a big wave of improvement recently. And you're getting stressed out. Like, am I going to improve? But I think you and Kyle both just need to do what you're doing and keep faith in it.
Yeah,
so you can be a top player like me and Swaggins.
Oh, no.
to summarise, Kyle, after getting second in doubles with me, which was like was pretty good, goes like 0-5 in his pool or something. Everyone. Yeah, like, I mean, there were some good players in his pool, but like, he shouldn't have lost to all of them. Like, I don't know what happened. He just
really went 1-5.
I don't think he beat anyone in his pool.
That's hilarious.
I don't think I'm not 100% sure on that, but he got third in amateurs, which is okay. Like, he kind of salvaged it. He beat Zordmaster.
The Deku murderer.
Yeah. And then I beat everyone in my pool.
Can I just say I don't like Zordmaster's tag? I don't like the word Zordmaster.
It's a Xenoblade reference.
Oh, okay, now it's fine then.
I actually spoke to him at the event.
Is it with an X or a Z?
X.
Yeah.
So it would be Xord Master.
Who do you think is a good tag from England?
Well, I guess I'm English born and I have the best tag in the scene.
I hate SPF and S. On you go,
Sean?
I don't have.
Come on.
I don't know any
Call him out.
players in that. Scarfelt, I guess.
That's not English!
That's the problem.
And Scarfelt's a dreadful tag!
Oh, do you think so? I like
Yes!
My problem with... I'm not sure which one I'm blaming. I just don't like that there's a Magi and a Magi. One of them needs to stop.
Honestly, if I get good enough by the time Albion 3 rolls around,
Magi.
I'm going to change my tag to Magi.
I'll be Magi.
No, that's Albion 4, baby.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, so I lost to Curry Governor, the Fox player, round 1.
Wait, Curry Governor.
Never mind, we got
You new best tag.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, it really is the best tag, Cal.
It's a bit Matthew Lovey. Anyway.
It's very Matthew Lovey, that's why it's...
He was really good, he was very technical. Yeah, he outplayed me and I lost to him. And then I had to beat a Mewtwo player called like...
Magi.
It was like Vexay or something like that. I don't think he was particularly well known.
No, I don't
It was
know.
something like that. Losers round 1. Then I played SBF for top 8.
And Swaggins, what happened in that set?
I beat him 2-0, which was great because I studied the Diddycon matchup a ton. And
Swaggins is now, even though he's no longer positive in sets, beaten the number 1 and 2 NE players. Oh wait, SBF's not NE, is he?
and lost to Curry Governor. I've got no
And lost the Curry guy.
ranked. And then I lost to Magi's Donkey Kong, which
Or it's just Northern, I guess.
was just karma, I guess.
Aww.
Yeah, it is.
Magi's Donkey Kong is better than mine, for sure now, I'm convinced.
Right. I think that's everything, yeah?
Yeah.
So, before we go, social media, Twitter accounts?
Lee Sean Rankin, number 1. That'd be a Special Lander.
So follow Ander at Special Ander, follow Swaggins at Caldo Swaggins.
Yes.
And I don't know what your Twitter account is, Sean.
I believe it's Xlow4.
Xlow4.
Follow
Follow on Twitter. Follow
They
on
were
Twitter.
actually hilariously
Yeah, I took them all.
Took them all in premonition. And follow the PD Twitter account at Phoenix Dawn Live.
I don't forget about Pilot.
Oh yeah, at Pilot Peachy. Yeah, and I think that's everything. Thank you everyone for listening, and we'll be back hopefully within the next couple of weeks with another podcast.
Please like and subscribe.
Please
comment. Say what your favorite
subscribe.
part of it.
I want to try and get this on iTunes and all that, which will be nice because people can actually listen to this like a real podcast. Thank you very much, and have a great day, guys.
See ya. Will do.